Hello and welcome to your favorite ICT show on television, NITDA Impact, a show that brings you up to speed with the activities of the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, and educate you about IT trends, issues and development in Nigeria under the watch of NITDA. I am Safia Danjuma. Today on the show, NITDA restates its commitment to developing the Nigeria IT ecosystem through international engagements. At the Gulf Information Technology Expo, GTEX, we see NITDA showcase 6 Nigeria startups to the world, while wooing foreign investors to the Nigeria IT ecosystem. Later, we bring to you the agency's drive to promote IT innovation, incubation, acceleration, and entrepreneurship. Please do stay tuned. I definitely will be right back.
Forging partnerships with international stakeholders so as to accelerate Nigeria's IT readiness is a key part of NITDA's mandate. NITDA, in pursuance of this mandate, selected and sponsored 6 Nigerian startups to the Gulf Information Technology Exhibition, GTEX, held in Dubai. These startups impressed investors, gaining grants and other partnership support. The agency also used the platform of GTEX 2018 to woo investors to Nigeria. Of the startups that showcased at GTEX 2018, 2 got to the semi-finals, while one of them made it to the finals. The Nigerian delegation, led by the Director General of NITDA, Dr. Issa Pantami, joined counterparts from over 140 countries to explore the latest technologies and innovation in IT development, deployment and regulation, as well as project Nigeria as an IT investment destination in Africa.
We have been attending GITEX for the past 3 years, and secondly, the team we have been coming with has been doing wonderfully well. Even now, we brought 6 startups, Nigerian young innovators. As of yesterday, 2 emerged among the semi-finalists, and today another one was called. He emerged among the finalists. And in 2016 as well, a young innovator we came with emerged among the finalists, and he won the 2nd position in a competition in which over 139 countries participated. And so because of this, I think we have been doing excellently well in GITEX.
The Gulf Information Technology Exhibition, GTEX, is one of the biggest tech shows in the world. It is a melting pot for innovation, IT breakthroughs, and knowledge sharing among countries in the world. The Nigerian delegation also took out time to explore some of the latest technology innovations and breakthroughs that were on exhibition. This is the DG of NITDA, flanked by the Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigeria Communications Commission, Professor Umar Dambata, and the Managing Director of Galaxy Backbone, Architect Yusuf Kazaure, and other members of the Nigerian delegation. The delegation are exploring new innovations and advancements in the IT world in order to ensure that Nigeria keeps pace with the rest of the world as far as IT is concerned.
According to the National Information Technology Policy, which has been approved in 2001, the Chief Executive of the National Information Technology Development Agency is the Chief Information Technology Officer of the country. The agency I'm heading focuses on 2 main areas. One, to develop IT, and secondly, to regulate information technology in the country. It's necessary for each country to study technology with making reference to their own peculiar challenges. The challenges of Europe could not be the same with the challenges of Africa. The challenges of Africa may not be the same with the challenges of South America or North America or Asia. Because of this, what we did is to study carefully our challenges in Nigeria, and at the same time to look at our strength. Our strength is in our population, which is around 190 million. And secondly, Our population has been dominated by youth, and they are naturally digitally oriented. They are digital natives, which is another strength. Number 3, our economy. Being the largest in Africa, meaning that you cannot in any way run away from technology completely.
In a forum at the exhibition, the Director General of NITDA explained the agency's effort in the deployment and development of blockchain technology in the country.
To focus more on coming up with guidelines and policies for blockchain technology adoption in public sector and in private sector as well. While the Central Bank of Nigeria is to come up with the policies and guidelines of the financial transaction. Furthermore, Security and Exchange Commission is to come up with guidelines on how to manage the platforms. In addition, Federal Inland Revenue Services to come up with a strategy on how to tax the transaction where that is possible. We feel like blockchain technology could be very effective, but we are trying to avoid a situation where we only see technology in another advanced country and just adopt it without looking at the pros and cons. The reason why we did so, we have our peculiar strengths and our peculiar challenges. So we adopted what we call glocal. We think globally. We interact globally. We learn globally, but when it comes to implementation, we try to implement locally by taking our peculiar challenges into consideration.
Dr. Pantami also exposed the audience to the benefits of blockchain technologies in Nigeria.
Like for example, in the West African Examination Council, we want to adopt blockchain technology, where students can always go online and print their result. After the examination, the result should be there for many years without altering or tampering with the content. You can always go and print it. Like Corporate Affairs Commission, where companies are being registered. Blockchain technology is very applicable. You can always go online and print your documents without tampering with the original content of it. Like NECO, like Joint Admission and Matriculation Board. These are some federal government institutions, particularly in education, that we think can also adopt blockchain technology and benefit from it.
Nigerian startups once again outclassed startups from other nations as over 6 startups flew the flag of the nation in the GTEx Future Stars, which is one of the biggest startup shows in the world, attracting over 700 startups with various solutions from more than 40 countries. Among them were Max.ng, a technology, transport and logistics company that makes motorbikes accessible to Nigerians.
Roughly the size of New York, but we triple the population, which means the average Nigerian spends about 3 hours to work and 3 hours from work, 6 hours every day. That's about 5 days a month in traffic. Max is a ride-hailing platform that uses motorcycle taxis. I will quickly get to the numbers so that you can know. We already raised $1.3 million in our seed round. We've done over 250,000 rides. We're averaging 4,000 rides a day, and that's only 21% of everybody that requests our rides. We need to raise more money. We need to get more motorcycles on our platform, and we need to move to other countries in West Africa.
Aaron, which provides a faster, cheaper, and eco-friendly delivery using autonomous drones.
Aerial delivery company will use drones to deliver medical supplies to rural clinics and save lives. We have full backing from the Nigerian government and will be sponsored here, and we're looking to manufacture a fleet of drones so that we can set up drone delivery stations in 435 blood banks in Nigeria and deliver blood to neighboring rural communities. We're not just targeting Nigeria, we're looking at expanding to other countries in Africa in the next 2 years.
Watlink Limited, which provides energy devices that enable users monitor, control, and manage their electricity sources and electronic appliances through an Internet of Things gateway. Bsoft Limited, which is into production of hardware, consumer goods, and software development. Offk.com, an online platform providing potential student tenants with a wide range of accommodation options in higher institutions. 2 other startups, Aron and Max.ng, made it to the semi-finals, while Max.ng made it to the final. GTEx Expo 2018 showcased innovations like global smart cities IoT, which is the Internet of Things, smart workplaces, cloud, cybersecurity, future tech, mobility, artificial intelligence, 5G, robotics, virtual and augmented reality, amongst others. This year's event drew more than 4,000 exhibitors from over 100 countries, as well as 100,000 plus tech experts. At the Sheikh Al Maktoum Hall, venue of the Africa Investment Forum, members of Nigeria's delegation, like the Vice Chairman, Senate Committee on ICT, Senator Foster Ogola, assured investors of Nigeria's readiness to receive them.
You cannot do all these things except the institutionalization is handled. And who institutionalizes operating systems of the government arm? It is the legislation. So we are prepared to partner with all investors who are ready to invest in Nigeria, and then whatever they think is attracting them to other countries that is lacking as a law in Nigeria, just intimate us and we'll give you the safe haven to partner with Nigeria.
The way Nigeria is presenting itself is phenomenal. And looking at the global ICT position, I think Nigeria is on the right track. Your leadership is doing a phenomenal job. And what I see, the best part is that you guys are already started nurturing people and nurturing the young minds to come to the next level. I saw people presenting solutions on IoT and different drone-based delivery and various other things in blockchains as well. Very, very interesting. They are not behind anyone else in the world, which is very, very exciting. I met your ministry guys and I met the Director General of NITDA, and we have discussed the next plan that we are going to meet and chalk out that how we as Hyperthings can go and invest in Nigeria. They've already given me some good leads and good next steps, how to go ahead. And we're going to do that again. I mean, after this meeting, probably we're going to meet again and take the next steps ahead.
The woman at the saddle of the Office of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, OIIE, gives an insight into the activities of the office as well as GTEx 2018.
OIIE coordinates entirely activities of startups for NITDA. So anytime there is any engagement, whether it's a private sector activity that NITDA is partnering with and they need startups to exhibit, OIIE coordinates that right from the selection of the startups to ensuring that they have the right skills to be able to get the best out of that engagement. For international exposure, we've been going to GITEX and other tech events. We also went to Silicon Valley this year. So in GITEX, the idea is for startups, for Nigerian startups who are looking at Nigerian local indigenous problems and finding solutions to them. We've come to understand that they don't have as much knowledge about the emerging technologies that are out there. For Nigeria being a developing country, we're still trying to move from manual to automation. Moving from one step to another. We're still looking at digital literacy, making sure that people have the skills to use technology. But in the advanced countries, it's much more than that. They have the basics. They're seeing how they can elevate this to get things like artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, using this blockchain technology to see how they can use distribution in ensuring that there is trust and there is also failover plans and all that. So taking them to an international event like GITES is an opportunity for them to see technology at its best.
She also tells the secret of Nigeria's startup success at GTEx 2018.
When the GITEX came close, OIIE was charged to make sure that the best startups were selected from Nigeria. And how did we do that? We started by sending advertisements and asking for call for submissions through our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our websites. We also published it on newspaper articles, telling Nigerian technology entrepreneurs to apply through a portal that was very descriptive. NITDA also put together an LOC comprising of members from private and public offices within Nigeria. And within that LOC, there was a subcommittee specifically for startups. So that subcommittee had people from professional organizations, they had people from the private sector, from the hubs, they had venture capitalists, they had staff of government agencies. So after the call for application was sent, we received over 500 applications, and this committee now reviewed it and selected the best 50 out of it, based on ensuring that they meet the criteria of GITEX and also ensuring that there's actually a technology bit attached to their startup. So from this 50, we now had a second level of selection where more critical things were looked at, ensuring that the startup had traction, clear traction, because we were planning not to just take idea stage startup. We're looking to see startups. We're looking to take startups that are growth stage, so they can and are investable, so they can attract investors. So that was a criteria for the selection as well, making sure that there's traction, there's a clear business model for investors to see, and there's a problem they're actually addressing, and there's a market, and all the other components were also looked at. This scaled it down to 20. And then after that, we did a third level of selection where the 20 startups were sent an email with a descriptive pitch deck template, and they were asked to return an updated template. They did that, and an online interview was being conducted for each of them. Those of them that were in Abuja were called to the office, and those that were not in Abuja, an online interview was being conducted. Out of that, 6 startups emerged best. And of course, to make sure that we follow the federal character, we looked to see that the 6 geopolitical regions were nicely carried along. So from there, the startups were then invited a week before the GITEX. We hosted them in Abuja. NITDA gave them full funding, right from accommodation, feeding, transportation, and everything for that week. And the week was targeted as preparing them to make the best of GITEX. It was a boot camp, and we had members of hub managers from Civic. We had one from Civic Lab, we had one from Ventures Platform, we had one from, I think almost all the hubs in Abuja were present to give them words of encouragement, to give them advice on international events, what they need to do, how they need to browse through the websites, how they need to speak to potential investors, how they need to even engage with their peers that are also sitting down in their booths doing their businesses, and what they should be looking out for and making the best out of it. So the bootcamp was really nice, and the startups were really happy to say that it has changed the way they think about their business. They're understanding what actually technology entrepreneurship is. It was really good, and they said they recommend this for all startups in Nigeria, that even if they're not going for GITEX, it's an opportunity for them to see what it means to have a product, and what it also means to make it into a proper business where you're looking for people to come and invest into it. I'm very happy to say that the outing was very successful, and we look forward to doing more. Taking them to GITEX is just one of the support that NITDA gives to technology entrepreneurs. This office is specifically designed as a one-stop shop for technology entrepreneurship and innovation in Nigeria. So we have a database of the Nigerian startups that exist, and several we partner with, not just local agencies. We also partner with international agencies. For example, we partner with Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and the likes. Having the local content, there's the local content office that monitors the activities of these international giants. It's very key. And opportunities come from time to time that these technology entrepreneurs can benefit from. So with that database, we ensure that whatever opportunity comes, the startups are aware of it, and we keep constant touch with these startups, and they are aware that there are several channels they can contact us. So they normally contact us from time to time when they have challenges with government, when they have challenges, when they even need, when the investors are interested in their businesses, they come to us to write letters acknowledging that they are Nigerian startups and introducing them to that. They also write letters asking for funding support, financial support, maybe to travel to meet investors in other countries, or funding for them to build their prototypes. So several of this kind of support exists. What we always try to tell them is, and also encourage Nigerian youth that are interested in technology entrepreneurship, is to follow us closely. You wouldn't know the opportunity that exists if you don't go out there and search for it.
The Director General of NITDA had this to say of Nigeria's participation at the expo.
Taking home, there are many things we benefit. Firstly, we participated in conferences where we made presentations, we listened to other presentations. As you all know, information technology is all about collaboration, synergy, and many more, because you cannot operate IT in silos. So through conferences, many benefited from us, and we also benefited from others. Secondly, we look for potential investors. Most of the people you saw here during our event are potential investors. They are willing to come and invest in Nigeria, which we have a very good market for investment. Is another takeaway. Number 3, we came here with young innovators with their startups. We are also looking for investors that are willing to invest in their startups, and they have been doing well, as you can see. So these are some of the things we feel we can also benefit.
In our fast-changing world, the development and regulation of ICT will be critical to the growth and development of any nation. From the Dubai World Trade Center, United Arab Emirates, Troops Autria reporting.
The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, is mandated by law to create a framework for IT deployment, development, and regulation in Nigeria. We spotlight the agency's strides to attain its mandate.
Nigeria, I like the land and people. Everything it take for Nigeria. Make we join hands, make Nigeria better.
So, my people, make una join hand together to make Nigeria better. Dey bam, Naija.
Welcome back to the show. Now we bring to you the quiz for the week. For questions, comments, and inquiries, you can reach NITDA on the contact details now displayed on your screen. That is the size of the show for this week. Do join me next week for another insightful edition of NITDA Impact. Until then, I remain Sophia Danjuma. Bye for now.